Happy Tuesday, folks. How y'all doing? You surviving the retrograde, which technically ended at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about an hour ago. But we're not done yet. We're just done the retrograde part. We're now in what's called the shadow period. So once Mercury goes direct, it needs time to start moving forward and basically go back over everything it just backed over the first time. So everything that got ran over in your life recently, expect it to get run over again. It's not quite as bad, but yes, Mercury has gone direct about an hour ago, but we're not done yet. So anyway, those of you who are new here, I don't know if anybody is new. I'm Heidi, and I read for Back Porch Magic. So if you like, share, or donate to one of the applications above my head, I can give a 3-card reading to help sort out your situation as best as 3 cards can do. All right. So how's everybody doing now that Mercury has gone direct? We don't know. I mean, it only went direct an hour ago. Stationary direct, which means it kind of like looks like it stops and then it starts moving forward. Anybody got any questions? We got some sunshine here. It's been kind of a cloudy day. It's cold. It's like 60 degrees. It's like 90 yesterday. I don't fucking know. Hello. So, those of you who are new, hello. I am Heidi, and I do 3-card readings here for well, I can do full readings, but you got to book one of those. But on Tuesday nights, I do a 3-card reading for those folks who like, share, or donate to one of the apps above my head. So, anybody got any questions? You don't even have to ask a specific question. I'll just, let me know you want a reading, and then I'll just draw for you. All right. So since I can see that somebody hearted on Facebook, I don't know their name, I'll just draw 3 cards for them and read it. Should have gotten a glass of water. Oh well, we're here now. Okay. Okay. So this is for the person who hearted, and then I will get to Sun and Teresa. Okay, so our first card to start out for is 2 of Wands, the Empress, and 6 of Cups. So I see this is kind of being framed, like the Empress is being framed by the 2 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. So whoever this person is, it seems like you should be, there's something about either your mother or being a mom or traditional feminine that is feeling very comforting right now. Perhaps you should go back to your childhood home or visit with some childhood friends. But on the other hand of that is kind of like getting a handle on your day-to-day tasks. So, all right. Let me move on. Okay. Sun has a question. Wise feelings towards me currently. Okay, let's draw 3 cards for that. All right, I'll shuffle a little bit more. I don't pull from the top of the bottom. I just pull from the middle. Pull wherever it feels right. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, Sun, we start out with the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and finally ending with the Princess of Wands. Okay, so it seems like this person Y has a decision to make. So either or, looking at this decision, they either on one side see struggles ahead, or there are struggles ahead, or The other side of that is just kind of like letting go of any expectation or doing anything. So it seems like, I don't know if you've had a rough turn in your relationship with this person, but it seems like he or she is deciding whether to continue or to let go. All right, so if this is a card that usually requires a clarifier, what is this? I'm going to ask what the strife is around. Okay, so it seems like the strife is around, what do you call it? Something that she sees, if it's related to work, she or he, it's something. It's something that they see as kind of foolish, or too much time is spent doing a particular task or doing something that is centered around work that they don't see as a healthy venture. So that's what's causing, if there's strife between you two, that's what's causing it. All right. Hope that helps. I'm going to be working with Teresa now. Teresa, hello. All righty. So let's see what 3 cards gives for you. And I do all these in order as I see them on the comments. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, just hang on a minute. Okay. Oh, it's a 2 of Wands kind of night. Maybe because retrograde has ended. So this is the middle card again, 2 of Wands. And on either side of that, we have the 10 of Discs and the 7 of Swords. Really should have gotten a glass of water. Okay. So it's like another decision, getting a handle on things, grappling between what you know you're good at, what you can share with the world, how to manage your money. But on the other hand, you're kind of battling this negative self-talk behind you. So clearly you have the gifts that can help you move forward. It's just kind of getting a handle on that and listening to that, or choosing that, as opposed to not just negative self-talk, but it seems like someone is there is a thief afoot in a way. It might not be like centered around actual wealth, but let's say if you have an idea, there might be somebody looking to snatch it. So I would, protect your assets, manage things carefully and quietly. So that's what I'm seeing there, Teresa. All right. Oop, hold on. I got to back up a little bit. All right, Aisha. Aisha. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Okay. Well, I will do the best I can with the 3 cards. That's kind of like a long range reading, because marriage can be lifelong. So who knows? I can only do for short term. So let's see. Let's see for short term, because that's the most comfortable, because things can happen. You never know what comes up in a marriage. But I will draw 3 cards and I will ask specifically your question. Okay. Okay, so we're starting out with the 9 of Swords, which is not a card you want to see. But we have the Emperor here, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I don't see this as a progression. Or even like it being framed, the Emperor being framed by the 2 cards. What I actually see is like, it's more of like they're all like telling me a situation that's going on right now for you. Okay, so either your spouse is being cruel to you, or you're over worrying yourself with the possibility, like the nightmares that are in your head. It could be a little bit of both, but this is what this card is all about. It's about It's mostly about people being mean to themselves or stressing themselves out with the thoughts that they have in their head. But it can also be people being cruel to you. And here we have, you know, the man, the marriage, the spouse, the structure in which the marriage stands. This seems solid. This seems kind of tight. Could even be a bit tyrannical, but this is like very manly, very strong card. But at the end here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of like, it's very neutral. But when I first saw it, my first thought was what comes out of this marriage is what is put into this marriage. So it could go either way. It depends. And because don't think this is all on you. Like, because marriage is never one person. I've been married before. I've been divorced. It was pretty awful, but it was not the worst thing that ever happened to me. But I do say that, like, marriage, it involves two people and two people working at it, and two people, you know, sometimes those two people aren't working at it. Sometimes it's just one person working. Sometimes it's, you know, everyone has equal opportunity to mess up the marriage, so to speak. So just remember that this is, you know, when it comes to marriage, it's kind of like, it's a crapshoot. It could go either way, but just remember whatever is being put into the marriage is what's going to come out of it. So I know that sounds kind of like a no answer, but that is the best I can give you, Aisha. All right. All right, Maslin. All righty, let me see what I can get for you, S. Jumana. All right. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, the Moon, and the Priestess. Okay, so this is saying to me that I think he likes you, but it's different than that. It's almost like there's a note of caution here. Like, he likes you, he likes spending time with you. That's the Nine of Cups. He enjoys your company. And then on the other side, we have the Priestess. He's learning from you. He sees you as almost like not an intellectual superior, but he finds you mysterious and interesting and things. You might even be a little bit more learned than him, or just learned in things that he doesn't know about, and he finds that fascinating. But in the middle here, we have the Moon, which says there's definite feelings for you. There's definite interest, but there might even be a little bit of hesitation because he's not sure. The Moon rules feelings. So it seems like he does like, but maybe he hasn't moved forward because he's a little bit afraid, or he's not sure. Like, it just seems too scary for him to ask you out or be in a relationship. So, I mean, all in all, this looks pretty, it looks nice. It seems like there is a definite connection or respect there. But I don't know if he's quite ready to move forward just yet, but he does like you and respect you quite a bit. So there you go. I don't know. There might be something else going on where he's a little bit afraid to move forward. I'm not sure what that could be, but the Moon says he's a little bit scared. All right. All right. All right. Okay, Maria. A lot of relationship questions tonight. A lot of love questions. Maybe because Mercury went direct today. Mercury's been in Gemini, which is the sign of the Lover's card. All right. Let's see. Shuffle it up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we start out with the Prince of Wands. Next card is the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So this guy, I don't know. I feel like this is representing this guy. He not the life of the party, but like when he's here. When he's around. He is maybe not boisterous and loud, but definitely kind of maybe a little bit loud. But shining and interesting, kind of life of the party. Very Leonine. I don't know if he's a Leo or not, but it's kind of like a bright shiny card. Like, yay, he's here. But it could also mean like, yay, he's here. He's here, interested. And we have the Ace of Cups, which is definitely like an emotional connection card. And filling out with the Seven of Cups, it's kind of like, it's almost like a word of caution, like not to get too caught up in the possibilities, because there are always infinite possibilities with everything, but don't get too caught up in them and don't get too possessive. Let me draw a card to clarify that ace. Okay. So the card clarifying the ace is the art card, which is telling me that there is some definite chemistry. I think it's like chemistry between you two. Maybe you could connect over a party. That's kind of what I'm seeing a little bit. If you haven't already, just be wary not to overindulge too much. If that's how you know each other is through party type stuff, is to like be careful around that, because this is definitely the card. This card that was on the side, the Seven of Cups, is the card of overdoing it. So, yes, there is a possibility for feelings. Just be cautioned to not overdo it, or not to, imagine scenarios in your head that might not happen, or, where you kind of like think about too many things that haven't happened and you end up hurting your own feelings. Like, don't do that. So that's basically the advice I have for you. Okay. Oh. Sorry, my phone is super jumpy right now. All right, Becky. Hello. All right, I will draw 3 cards for you, Becky. Busy night tonight. All righty. Interesting. Okay, so we start out with the Hermit. Second card is the Three of Cups. And then we finish up with the Priestess, which is pretty cool. I think this is a pretty cool reading, Becky. Okay, so like the card in the middle is the Three of Cups, which is the card of friends. It's one of my favorite cards. And also just like abundance of feeling, abundance of emotion. And on either side of these 2 really great cards, you have the Hermit and the Priestess. So like initially I thought like, okay, Hermit, maybe you should be turning away from friends. But then with it finishing out with the Priestess, it's kind of like saying like, no, seek answers from your friends. Like your friends know things. Like keep going with these folks that you've been hanging out with. If you're looking, if you have things that you're trying to find out, subjects that you're researching, things that you're interested in, that you're learning more about through your friends, keep at it, keep at it. It seems like if this is what you're looking for, you're on the right path and you're around the right people. All right. Hi, Des. Des is someone that I used to work with oh God, I just had a moment, Des. It's been 13 years since we worked together. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, so we worked together many years ago. And she usually knows me from my private feed. So you get 3 cards today, Des. I'm glad you didn't miss it. All right. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, all right. Okay, so we start out with an Ace of Discs, which is a very kind of like planting a new seed, starting a new thing, having a little bit of money. Like this is just kind of like the start of something. Let me draw a card to clarify. But it's definitely something on like material plane. Okay, so start of 2 of Swords, which is kind of like Maybe you have it. Actually, now it makes sense. You have a little bit of money that your mind is at ease right now. Okay, and the next card is the Two of Cups, which is your classic emotional connection with someone card. It could be romantic thing. It could just be like somebody that you met and thought was really cool. But the fact that it's coming out in a reading that I'm just kind of giving you now, probably not. But Prince of Cups, maybe not gonna go where you were hoping. Or maybe it is. I just this card always gives me the sense of like putting energy into something that isn't quite what you thought it was going to be, or isn't quite giving you the reward that you thought it was. So I don't necessarily, I know you haven't been quite interested in dating lately. So it could be like a dude that's hanging around, but I don't think it is. I think it's just something that you're like connecting to emotionally. It's something that you're kind of maybe not super excited about, but thinking like, hey, this could be a great thing, but it might, it's going to be an okay thing, whatever it is. It's not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be everything that's promised. But all in all, like it seems like this is a pretty calm, stable read. Like it's not like anything life-changing. It's just kind of meh, life as usual. All right. Did I miss somebody? I feel like I missed somebody. I'm getting so many comments. I love it. Don't get me wrong. All right, Stephanie, I think I missed you. Let me draw 3 cards. Oh, and just a note, folks, because I know that probably not everybody that's reading is an English speaker, but when you ask me about feelings, I automatically assume you mean romantic feelings. So, okay. Stephanie gets 3 cards. All right. Ooh, okay. So we have the Knight of Cups or King of Cups, Princess of Swords, and then we end with the Ace of Swords. So it seems like an idea has been presented, something that was a great idea or a really cared about idea, and it kind of started a fight, or somebody didn't like it, or everything kind of got quashed and knocked apart. But don't despair. Clarity is coming up. So maybe there was something not quite right with your idea, or the idea when the person who kind of smashed it has kind of shown you a viewpoint that you weren't seeing before. Let me see what the clarity is around. Okay, so it's around the clarity, whatever it is coming up. It's this is the 4 of Wands and the Star. So it's like whatever just happened, you've just laid the foundation, and the future is looking much brighter because of it. I know this is all very vague, but you know, I'm a tarot card reader, not a psychic. So that's the best I can give you from what's going on. So whatever thing that you just put out there that got kind of quashed, it's all going to work out. In fact, it'll be better because of this. All right. All right, Cindy, hello on YouTube. Okay. And hold on just a moment. All right. Okay, I'm just weeding out people trying to hijack my feed. All right, Cindy, give me just a second. I'll shuffle a little bit more and draw 3 cards for you. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we start out with the 6 of Swords. The next card is the Lovers, and finishing up with Wheel of Fortune or Fortune. And okay, so The Six of Swords is a bit of vacation card. It's kind of called smooth sailing, but it's also like, it's called science in this deck. So it's kind of like being able to unite the different knowledges that you have to bring them together and understanding. Okay, that's super esoteric. I apologize. Basically, smooth sailing. You've probably come out of a rough patch and things are kind of calmed down right now. But they've been calm, but all of a sudden we have this new shiny thing that pops up that you're like, ooh, shiny. I can't walk away from this thing. I can't walk away from it. Generally speaking, but not always, the Lover's card is about another person. It's about a major heart connection, romantic connection. And it isn't always, sometimes it's about just something that you love, whether it's your job, but it is always, always, always about choice. It's always about something that ends up being a major life choice that if you walk away from, you could really regret it. So be warned that, this thing that you can't walk away from, person, thing, whatever it is, it's going to change your life. And I can't tell you how it's going to change your life, but it's going to change your life in a huge way. And kind of like all that calm waters that you're just traversing, we're kind of like going to spin the wheel around, and I'm not sure where you're going to end up. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Just be recognized that your life, moving forward is going to change in a big way. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Farid. All right, let me take a look. I'll draw 3 cards, and hopefully that's the best I can do to help answer your question. Okay. Two, 3. Ooh, okay. Farid, we start out with the Lover's card. We move on to the 4 of Staves, or 4 of Wands, and the Priestess. Okay, so yes, it's the short answer. So the Lover's card, classic about choice, and it seems like, I'm assuming that you have a romantic connection with this person. The answer is yes, big way. And to another extent, the 4 of Staves, the 4 of Wands, is also known as the marriage card, which it just means like the marriage, like the 4 of Staves. I think the traditional picture of this card has like basically a wedding canopy. And it's just saying that, like, just remembering that the wedding is like the marriage is the first stage of the relationship, because then you live together and you learn to live together. So it's saying, I'm not saying like you're going to get married right away, but it is definitely saying that like the foundation of this relationship is being made between this card, the Lovers, and this card, the 4 of Staves. So I see it's very solid looking at this right now. Now the Priestess coming up, I think you are going to end up learning a lot about Xenon or Zenon. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly. I think you are going to learn a lot from this relationship and from her, and it's going to surprise you in a lot of ways. So yes, that's what I have for you. It looks very positive, just probably wasn't quite what you were expecting in the end, but it's a good thing. All right, who am I? Okay, all right, I already read for Stephanie. Let me see. Oh, what? So many questions. Okay. All right. Did I miss somebody? Oh, yes, I've missed a couple people. All right, I read for Stephanie. Hi, I would love an update. Jamie, okay, update. Well, I'm not sure what I'm updating on, but I can update you. If I read for you before, I remember names usually after a couple times, but I don't remember what I read for people. That's just, even in real life, I don't. It's not information for me, so I don't retain it. So please bear with me if I'm not sure what I read for you last time. Okay. So we start out with the Knight of, or Prince of Discs, Knight of Discs. And then we have the Four of Swords, finishing out with the Aeon, which is also known as Judgment. Okay, so things are moving pretty slow. They're at a steady pace, but it's slow, perhaps a lot slower than you were expecting. And it may even feel like you're kind of coming up on a standstill or a period where you're kind of having to like take stock again and reinvestigate, like, is everything working? Am I doing all the right things? Like, it's probably because things are moving so slow, you're just kind of like pulling back in and taking stock and making sure what if you're doing everything right. Okay, and upcoming, it's showing me, like, when I get this card, this is kind of the card that says, like, you don't have all the answers yet. Not everything is revealed. So in this case, it seems like before you make any big decisions right now and you're taking stock, wait a little bit because you don't have all the information just yet. So that's what I'm seeing in at least these three cards. So as far as it goes, that's what we got, and got as far as it goes, and not, you don't have all the information yet. So perhaps wait a little bit before you make any decisions. All right, Becky's asking for her health. All right. 3, 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we have the 8 of Swords, which is classic. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're afraid to move forward because you'll get hurt. You're afraid to move back because you'll get hurt. It's just like not sure what to do because you don't want to hurt yourself more, but afraid to move because you might hurt yourself. And we have the Ace of Cups. And then finally ending with the 4 of Discs. Okay, just note, I am not a medical professional. I'm just a card reader. So don't use anything I say as substitute for any sort of medical advice. Okay. So with the 8 of Swords, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But at the same time, 4 of Discs on the other side of that ace is saying, like, things are actually stable right now, even though you're afraid to move forward or backward or to do anything. So things are stable. That's at least what I'm seeing from the cards, but note, I'm not a medical professional. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, it seems like this has been very emotional for you, which of course it has. Anybody's health is going to be affecting you emotionally. Okay, I just need a clarifier. Okay, and the clarifier comes out as another ace, like the Ace of Swords. Like, you want clarity, you want to know what's going on. Okay. All right. So the Magus is what comes out. Okay, in the case of the Magus is the expert, the one who knows what he or she is talking about. So it is saying, you know, I don't know if you're consulting a physician, but if you definitely consult your physicians, because but maybe it needs to be a specialist. Like, I don't know what your particular health problem is, but the magician in this case, I think, is a specialist of some kind. If you can get a hold of them, I think they might be able to help you more. So that's what I can see about your health. Things, I mean, you're kind of like afraid, and I understand that, but things are stable right now. All right. Okay, who am I? A reading for Prathshika? No, I'm saying that completely wrong. Prathiksha. Okay. All righty. Let me draw 3 cards for you. I apologize if I said your name wrong. Really, sincerely, I do. Okay. It is a beautiful name, though, even though I know I'm not saying it right. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, so we have Princess of Wands, very fiery card, with the Art or Temperance card, finishing out with the Princess of Swords. So since the nature of the two cards, the two princesses, and then we have Temperance Art in the middle, it's saying that whatever two sides of your situation, whether it's your internal self or two friends or two beloved people, you know, that carefree kind of go with the flow person, and that person that just like kind of wants to go in there and be like, no, 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 I need to change things. Things need to happen now. I'm going to break it. You know, maybe, and if that's within you, you can take those two energies and make something that works out of that. Or if it's two people that you care about in your life that are kind of arguing or being pains in the butts, you can pull them together and get them to work together. Like you're a talented person in that you are able to make two things that seemingly do not mix well or work together. Okay, so that's the advice I got for you. And hello, John. Long time no see. This is another person I knew from reenacting. I don't think we've seen each other in, oh God, it's probably been about 8 years. I'm not even sure. I haven't been to a reenactment. I haven't been to one in about 6 years, but anyway. All right, I will do one card for you since you're just asking for one card, but I normally do 3 on these. It's going to feel so, I feel lost with just pulling one card. Okay, so the Knight of Discs, thinking about getting back out there or offering something to the world that is special to you. Oh, I have to draw 2 more cards. I'm sorry, John. I do a thing on this and I'm on a roll. Okay. Okay. Oh, but we have the Hermit, which says like, I don't know if I want to give this thing yet. I need to keep doing more research. I need to find out more information. I need to, search for things. And then we finish out with this one, which is like huge bursts of energy, huge like, aha, I got it. Let me clarify that. The aces almost always need clarification. Ah, okay. So it's whatever it has to do with material things. Like it might even be a garden of some sort. It's like where things aren't working material in your life, but you're finding out where that's not working and you know how to fix it or make it work better. But it could just be, gardening too. I don't know. All right. But it's nothing major, whatever this is. All right. Okay. All right. Fareed is asking me, I'm sorry. Yes, I read everything. My deck is, when you read Thoth, you read upright. You're just supposed to kind of be in tune with the energy of the cards. Okay. All right, Lazernia. Okay. Specifically to relationships. All right. Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Okay. All right. I see there's a lot of repeats. If I have time, I'll get back to you. But if you have a lot more questions, these are supposed to be just quick 3-card reads. And if you have a more in-depth question, you're better off booking a reading with one of us on the website. Because I don't have enough time or energy to expend on one of the lives. There's just too much going on. So, all right. But here I'm reading for Lazernia. Okay, we have the Magus, the Prince of Wands, and the 7, I know it's kind of, the sun is coming through my window, is the 7 of Cups. Ooh, okay. Oh boy. These are not the cards you necessarily want to get in relationship reads. They're not the worst cards I've seen, but they're not great either. It just seems like maybe either the wrong people are showing up for you, or you are showing up for the wrong people. Because on either side of this, we have the Magus, which is like the kind of like, it feels like the guy or person that's always like, oh yeah, babe, you're awesome, I'll give you a call, no, 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 no. But then they're like stealing money out of your wallet, or eating all the avocados in your fridge, or just like, inviting you out to tea and then being like, well, let's have sex. And then you go have sex with them. And then they're like, oh, you need to leave. And I'm not going to call you for a week. And then be like, oh, I think we should just be friends. Like, kind of like that, like shady shit. Like, but they're so convincing when you're around them. Okay. And then on the other hand, we have the 7 of Cups, which is like not only overindulging, but like to the point of sickness, but also like, it's like a green kind of vomity card, but no, it's also like never knowing what someone is giving you or where it's going, or it could also be that you got a lot of possibilities. There's like a lot of fruit on the tree, so to speak. We've all seen that Tinder meme. But none of it is like going anywhere. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, is just this energy is going in and things are happening, but it's all at like a superficial and like frustrating level where nothing is going anywhere. That is, if you were looking for, unless you wanted, it doesn't seem like it, like, yeah, it's not going anywhere that you want it to go. Okay. All right, Corinne. Hi. No, you don't have to ask something, but sometimes when it does help if you say, can I have a reading? Which you have. You don't have to ask a question. Yeah, just saying hi isn't usually enough for me. It just means like, because I get a lot of regulars, they're just saying hi. So it's always good to ask. All righty. Okay. Okay, so we start out with the Princess of Swords. She's popping up a couple times. A different Magus. And the 3 of Wands. Okay. So it seems like, you have a lot of talent, a lot of power actually within the situation that you can control. On one hand, you have the feisty part of you that kind of just wants to be like, no, fuck this, I'm going to break everything. But on the other hand, you have this 3 of Wands just saying, no, 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 we don't do that. This is how we do things, and we keep doing these things this way. So it seems like there's either this internal struggle, or perhaps it's external, of, doing things the way they've always done, getting frustrated and knocking it all down. But at the same time, like, remember that you are in control. You don't have to do either one of these things. You could do a mix of the two. You could do just one or just the other, but you are ultimately in control of the situation. I know that seems like the tarot card version of vague booking, but that's what I'm seeing here in this situation. There's this kind of like feisty, like wanting to knock it down, wanting to protest and throw things at the establishment, but the other hand, wanting to stay home and wanting to wait and see how things turn out and just being like safe and protected. So, but do know that you have the power to do either of those things, either at the same time or separately. And not only that, like, not only are you in control, you know when to use each one. So, all right. All right. Yeah, fuck you, Brad. Fuck you. Nobody asked you here. Not like I make that much money off this dude. And now I want to get his nobody asked for his bullshit. Okay. Jamela. Okay, which is all right, B. One more shuffle for the road. Okay, so we have 7 of discs, Knight of Cups, and Queen of Swords. Okay, so it seems like you had a false start, like something is not working out clearly. And I don't think whatever you're doing and whatever you keep doing is just causing her to lash out and start fight. Now, maybe not start fights with you, but she's been pretty clear with you already as to what she wants, and you should listen to her. So that's actually what I have for you. And that's all I can say about the future for you and B. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, John. Okay. Well, I can only read for the short term, especially, I mean, I only feel comfortable reading for the short term, even when I do larger reads, just because so much of our future changes. Like any decision that we make can change the future. So usually I only read out, I never read out farther than a year maximum, because too much can happen. You never know. But I will draw you 3 cards and see if that can help you in any way. Wow. Okay, we got 3 major arcana for you. So we start out with Adjustment or Justice, the Lovers, and Temperance or the Art card. Okay, so I see that the Lovers, I think, is being framed by these 3, and all 3 of them are very important, actually, because this is how you get happiness in your life. Do whatever it is. Make sure that thing that you love is in your life. It doesn't have to be another person. It could be a critter, it could be a career, it could be something that you're good at, just something that is a huge part of your life. Make sure you choose that thing. Keep choosing that thing, no matter what it is, because it'll ultimately make you happy. And if you don't do it, or you don't go with it, or you don't go with that person, you will regret it. Justice or Adjustment. Find your center again. Find your balance. This is all about balance. And since the art card or Temperance is on the other side, it has this real vein of like sobriety to it. Being careful in what you indulge in or what you do. If you have any addictions, like avoiding those addictions. It's all about finding center and finding your center, finding where your balance is, like not doing too much, don't work too much, but don't rest too much either. And this is also about, it's not just about sobriety or temperance. It's also about taking the things in your life, seemingly opposite things, and creating a new substance out of it. So it could be, I don't know if you're a creative person or whatever has been causing you a lot of pain, turning that into art, writing about it, doing something different. If it's something, I don't mean to pry, it could be something as simple as like a beloved cat died. So instead of, I mean, of course you're going to mourn it, but also in addition to that, maybe volunteering at the local animal shelter or something like that. So like maybe taking the grief that you have and doing something to kind of like shift it, or not shift it, because grief never completely goes away. It's always with you. It just like you learned how to manage it differently, but it does always help to like volunteer or just to do other things to give back. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm seeing here is Adjustment, the Lovers, whatever that thing you love is, choose, and making sure you choose it, and Temperance or the Art card. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on, back up. I kind of feel like I overran everybody. Oh, there's so many comments. All right, I think I'm going to have to wrap stuff up pretty soon. All right, Queen of Swords. All right, a general reading. Well, I only do 3 cards, so I'll see what I can do. All right, I'm going to take 3 more, and then I'm going to close this out. So after Hakeem, 3 more. So Julie Barnett, you are next. So do note, if you have more in-depth questions, book a reading with one of us on backporchmagic.com, because these are just quick 3-card readings. Sometimes I can get a lot of information from those 3 cards, sometimes not a huge amount. But if you have a lot of questions about something, it's better to just book a reading with one of us. Okay, so we start out with the 4 of Cups and the 2 of Discs and the 7 of Wands. Okay. So it seems like maybe there's this period of like taking stuff for granted, like you have all these cups and someone's giving you another cup and it's just kind of like, man, I already have everything. Like perhaps there's going to be some changes. It just seems like there's some changes happening right now. Or if you're bored with this relationship or bored with whatever's going on, or it just doesn't seem good enough, maybe shake things up a little bit, maybe do something different. That's what this is saying. Do something different about that. And the final card is the 7 of Wands, which is kind of the feel the fear, but do it anyway. If there's something that you're feeling scared to do it. This doesn't feel like major. It doesn't feel like a lot of huge stuff is going on except for this one card. So it seems like either if you've been thinking about ending the relationship, maybe you should do that. If you've been thinking about proposing to this person, maybe do that. I don't know. It just seems like there's kind of a period of blandness going on, or taking each other for granted. So maybe things need to be shaken up a little bit to kind of get that spark back into it. All right, Julie is next, and then I do 2 more. All right. All right. Okay. We get this 4 of Cups again, which is okay. 3 of Swords, and then 2 of Swords. Ugh, I do not like the 3 of Swords. Okay, so it seems like there is an opportunity, something that seemed like it was great, but there was a hidden catch to it. And now it's just, we're feeling the heartache, the heartbreak, the disappointment, and I hate this card so much. But it's okay. I think whatever this is, it's nothing major. It still sucks, but you'll be able to come to terms with it pretty quickly and recover from whatever this is pretty fast. All right. Okay, Amanda, hello. All right, and I have 1 more who will be Phoenix Fire after Amanda, and then I'm going to close this out. Okay. Again, I'm Heidi, and I'm reading for Back Porch Magic. Donate to one of the Cash Apps, one of the applications above my head, Cash App or Venmo, or go to the website, check out the podcast. I haven't listened to the most recent one. I think one just came out on Sunday. But all right, 3 cards. All right, 4 came out, but we'll just read that. Ooh, okay. So we have Adjustment or Justice. The 7 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords with the Magus, which, this isn't great. It just feels like you're trying to level things out. You're trying to get your balance back, your adjustment, but it feels like everything's coming at you from all sides. And this is leading to is like heartbreak and heartache. Like whatever the situation is that you're in right now, I don't think it's going anywhere good. And perhaps if you can get out of it before it gets to this critical mass, get out of it, whatever it is, because it seems like they're taking your sword here. You're trying to get balance, you're trying to get clarity and manage your life well. All these other swords are against that one sword. And that turns into breaking that sword, breaking that clarity. So, and it's by external forces. So whatever situation you're in that's causing this, I would get out of it as soon as I would get out of it as soon as I could if I were you. Alrighty. Did I read for Phoenix yet? No, I did not. Okay. I think Phoenix is going to be the last one I'm reading for tonight. Anybody I missed, I'm really sorry. But, I've been reading an hour straight. I will be here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. But let's go on to the reading for Phoenix. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Priestess, and the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Discs. Oh, there's a lot. It's a bit going on here. So the Priestess is all about internal knowledge, the knowledge that we have as women or as female people. So whatever this is it's not necessarily, we all have feminine aspects, but it's like this is internal knowledge. And it seems like there's this passion behind it, this fire, this like burning in the belly behind whatever this internal knowledge of yours is that you're in touch with, and you want to share. Like on one side you want to share it with the world, but on the other hand you also want to nurture it and let it grow first. Neither is wrong. Do both. But make sure when you share this that you don't share everything, and that you, whatever it is that you have, this burning idea that you have, nourish it, care for it, and protect it. So, clear as mud. All right. Okay, I am all set for this evening. Okay. It was fun reading for you all. I will be here next Tuesday at 7 p.m. and I will read for half hour to an hour. Depends on how the night goes. It was great reading for you all. It was great seeing you all. Haters are going to hate. And everyone have a wonderful Tuesday evening, and I will see you next week. Have a great week.